My entire world came crashing down violently around me. Everything I thought I knew about her was wrong, so very fucking wrong. How did I not see it? She's wrong for me. For a few seconds, I thought I had found my mate, but the mate that was supposed to be my other half turned out to be a liar. She lied straight to my face. I thought when I met her, I could look past it if she were a rogue whore, but now, faced with the truth, I realize how utterly idiotic that thought was. "Valen, what the fuck, bro?" Marcus says as I walk across the parking lot. I ignore him. "Valen, you can't just leave." "She lied to me," I snarl at him, stalking over to his car. I should have brought my own. "Keys," I snap at him, and he fishes them out of his jeans pocket and tosses them at me. "So that's it? You aren't going to let her explain?" "What's there to explain? She fucked some man and had a kid. Pretty straightforward, Marcus." I growl while unlocking his car. As soon as I'm in the driver's seat, I start the engine. "You don't know that." "I do know that you said she had a kid, and she admitted it." "That doesn't mean you know the circumstances, Valen. For all you know, she could have been raped. She could have had him run off on her." "What do you want me to do, Marcus? Either way, she has a kid, and he isn't mine. And my father will kill me if I bring a single mother home to be a goddamn Luna. Plus, that's humiliating for me." "My mother was a single mother. Your father a single father." "What the fuck does that have to do with her ability to be Luna?" Marcus snarls at me. I rub my temples, instantly realizing my mistake. "Fuck, I didn't mean it like that." "No, you meant she's a rogue whore. I thought you were better than that prejudiced bullshit. So what if she is? She's your mate." "Just let me think. I have 2 weeks until the damn alpha meeting and no mate to present. Just fuck!" I scream, flooring it down the main road, the tires screeching on the road as I take off. "You can be a real jackass, you know that?" I chuckle. Don't I know it? But either way, it changes nothing. I will be eaten alive by the vulture press if this shit gets out. People already know she's my mate. What happens if they see her son and put the pieces together? That would make for a great headline. Marcus fiddles with the radio, my mind racing while he continues to ramble about what an idiot I'm being and yada yada. I'm so distracted that I don't see the light turn red up ahead until Marcus's hand slams against my chest, shoving me back in my seat. "Valen!" he screams, snapping me out of my head. I hit the brakes, swerving around the corner, my heart leaping out of my throat as I white-knuckle the steering wheel. The car fishtails up the side street before finally coming to a stop. "Fuck, that was close," Marcus says, clutching his head as he looks out the window. The front tires are on the curb, and we narrowly missed those seated outside the cafe in front of us. People have their phones out, taking pictures, and I know instantly what the headlines will read. "Alphanovel drunk driving," or "Alphanovel putting the public at risk with his stupid stunts," or something along those lines. I hang my head. "Fucking breathe. It isn't the end of the world," Marcus snaps at me. "It might as well be," I tell him. "Why? You get a mate and a kid in the same day." "Only you would think like that," I scoff, before chuckling and shaking my head. "Just drive. We'll already be all over the front page tomorrow. Let's just get out of here," Marcus says, slapping my chest. "And you better not have buckled my rim," he adds, and I roll my eyes. "I'll buy you new ones." "No, don't worry about it. You already did for your mate trashing my car. They come next week." "What?" "Don't leave your credit cards lying around. Besides, it's not like you can't afford it. I just took my bonus early," he says. "Do I even want to know how much?" "Nope, but thanks, bro." I laugh, starting his car up, but this time slowly pulling away from the flashing cameras and the murmuring crowd that has built up around us. I'm flicking through the stations when something catches my attention. What's this shit?
Amber Alert. A rogue male child wearing black khaki shorts and a blue shirt has been reported missing,
the radio host states, and I look at Marcus. Well, maybe you won't be splashed all over the papers tomorrow if they don't find that kid, Marcus murmurs, listening to the description. Amber eyes? I slam on the brakes just as Marcus's eyes go wide. Everly's kid? He asks. No, it must be a coincidence, I tell him. How many kids do you know that have amber eyes? Well, none. You said he had amber eyes, not me. Probably right. We should head back. We have that meeting in 20 minutes anyway. Yeah, I sigh, having completely forgotten about the meeting. You calm yet? He asks as I clench the steering wheel and nod once. Yup, same shit show. I'm just the idiot shoveling the shit. Something I'm used to. That a boy. After the meetings we can head back to your apartment and get drunk. How does that sound? Marcus says. Nah, I think I'll stay in tonight. Great. That means you can be designated driver and watch me get drunk, Marcus says, and I roll my eyes. Or you can sit at my place and I'll watch you get drunk while I figure out how to get out of this arranged marriage, I tell him. Sounds good, as long as I'm getting drunk. I need a drink after all your dramas today, Marcus laughs. We're nearly back at my hotel when my phone starts buzzing. I groan when I see my father's face and number pop up on the screen. I quickly answer it, putting it on speaker so I can continue driving. Yes, Dad, I say, in a bored tone. Where are you? You're late. Pulling into the parking lot now, I lie. I'm still 10 minutes out. Good. So what did you want to tell me about the Alpha meeting? I got your message earlier but forgot to reply. Some announcement? Is this you agreeing to the marriage? My father asks. I completely forgot I was going to tell him today about finding my mate. I hesitate for a second, trying to think. Maybe we can keep her son a secret, send him to boarding school for a year or so. Shit, could I even ask that of her? I could just mark her and be done with it. Nothing he could do then. Marcus eyes me, waiting to see what I say. Yeah, we can talk about the details tomorrow. I'll be too busy after the meeting this afternoon, I lie, trying to buy more time to think of something. So you are agreeing to marrying and marking Ava? No, Dad, but I think I have a solution to our little issue. Valen, this is the solution. You need a mate, and this is a good idea. It will calm the packs. I said we'll talk about it later. I'll see you soon, I tell him before hanging up on him. Now what? Marcus asks. Now I need to find a way to get Everly to send her kid away for a bit so my father doesn't find out about him and convince her to let me mark her. Yeah, right, as if that's gonna happen, Marcus laughs. I shake my head. I have no options. Either the kid disappears for a bit, or I forcibly mark her and order him away.
A few hours earlier. Valerian, are you dressed yet? Mom yells out to me. I grab the piece of paper with my dad's address on it and a small list I made of his description. Mom said I would recognize him, and the funny feeling I get in my tummy should tell me he's my dad. Coming, Mom, I call back to her. I unfold the paper again because the corners don't match. Why won't they match? I refold it. Casey walks into the room. I hate how she taps on my door. 2 taps. It should be 3. Odd numbers. I try to refold the paper, but her knock irritates me, making me mess the corners up again. Valerian, we're going to be late. Mom calls again. Casey, knock. I snap. I don't mean to. Casey's my best friend. I forgot. You're so weird, Vally. Casey laughs, but knocks on the door again anyway, and I let out a breath. I know the other kids think I'm weird. They all do. But I don't mind when Casey says it. She doesn't say it in a mean way. Did you get it? I whisper to Casey, and she kneels, pulling her bag off her shoulder, and pulling out torn pieces of paper. I tore 'em out, she says excitedly, before stuffing them back in her bag, when we hear footsteps. "Valerian, come on, come on," Mom says, ushering us out of the bedroom. Casey giggles at our little secret. Today I find my dad. Mom's getting sick. I know she hides it, but I see the puffiness under her eyes, how she's always too tired to play. And lately she's been falling asleep when she reads to me. She never has time. Time. Never enough time to play with me anymore. Dad will have time for me. I know he'll have time. Or I hope he does. Then maybe he can make Mom not so tired no more. And maybe then she'll play more. I miss when Mom played. But now she gets tired too quickly and needs to rest. She thinks I don't notice, but I notice everything about Mom. She's the best mommy. I follow her out of the house, trying not to think of the torn-out phone book pages. I want the maps. I'm not sure how to read the maps, but it can't be that hard. Like a pirate's map. Dad is the golden chest at the end, and I'm going to find him and surprise Mom. I can't wait to make her smile. "Valerian seatbelt," Mom hisses. She's always in a hurry. I clip my belt in, and Casey does hers. Mom puts the car stick on the D, and the car moves, and we're on our way to school. We stop at the front of my school. My teacher is waiting out the front. I don't like her, and she always smells funny, like burned grass and cigarette smoke. Plus, she talks too slow. Mom gets out of the car and opens my door before walking me to the gate. "Auntie Macy is picking you and Casey up. I have roster meetings this afternoon, okay? But I should be home for dinner," Mom tells me with a kiss on the cheek, before she rushes back to the car, honking the horn as she leaves. I hate when she does that. The other kids stare. "Come, come," my teacher calls, and tries to take my hand, but I don't let her. Her hands stink bad like the rest of her, and she always looks like a poodle with her weird puffy hair and big round glasses, making her eyes too big for her thin face. Casey slides the scrunched-up phone book pages to me on the seat at recess. I try to flatten the pages out, looking for the street name that matches the one on the paper, but I can't find it. "Are you sure these are the right pages?" I ask Casey, and she shrugs. "How am I supposed to know? You said get the maps. I got the maps." I huff, trying to think of another way to find my dad. Diego's and Dora's maps weren't this hard to follow. These ones have lots of lines and cross bits, and none say Alphanovel's home. It's fine. Someone must know where my dad lives. I tell Casey, "Can I come to find the pirate treasure?" "I'm not finding pirate treasure. I am finding my dad," I tell her, pulling out the spare clothes I smuggled into my school bag. I pull the sweater on over my shirt and the jeans over my shorts. My shorts ride up and give me a wedgie, and I don't like the creases in my jeans. Mom usually gets those out with the iron for me. I don't want creases. They make my pants uneven. "Don't look, Vally. Just don't look and the lines will go away," Casey tells me, and I nod, stuffing the maps in my bag and putting it over my shoulder. "You be the lookout," I tell her as we sneak to the front gate. They always leave it open. Casey looks around the corner while eating her anchovy sandwich before giving me a thumbs up. I run out the gate before stuffing my bag in the dead hedges out the front. I glance back at the school. I'm so sneaky. I got out of my school like a ninja. My feet hurt and my tummy's rumbling. I've been walking forever, and it's starting to get cold. Mom'll be worried. Maybe this wasn't such a good idea after all. I don't know if I'm going the right way. When I get to a man at the traffic lights, I stop. The man is dressed in a suit, like the ones who come to Mom's hotel. He glances down at me when I tug on his suit jacket, then sighs loudly and gives me a mean look.
"What, kid?"
"Do you know where this place is?" I ask, showing him the piece of paper. He huffs and takes it from me, then laughs.
"Alphanovel's?"
I nod eagerly. He knows where it is, where my dad is.
Now what would a rogue boy want to see him for?
I'm not a rogue boy. I'm an alpha, like my dad, I tell him.
And who is your dad?
Alphanovel Solace? The man laughs harder.
Is that so?
Yep, I tell him.
Well, my alpha doesn't have a kid, but I'm sure he'll think this is really funny. Come on then, boy. Maybe he'll give you an autograph or let you get a picture with him.
The man says, gripping my shirt and tugging me across the road. Really? You'll take me to him?
Yep, I'm going there anyway. He lives in that big building in the penthouse apartment.
Do you work for my dad? He laughs.
If you say so, kid.
He says, and we walk up the hill toward the big building with the bright lights. The door opens as we climb the stairs, and a man that looks like a butler with a funny hat on greets us at the doors.
Who's that boy, Tatum?
The man in the funny hat asks.
Some kid who thinks the alpha's his dad. Huh, they all think that. Wonder which rogue whore sent their kid up this time claiming he fathered it.
Both men laugh. My mom is not a rogue whore. He is her mate. She told me.
Whatever you say, kid. They all claim that, too. But come on, let's get this over with.
He says, leading me inside. The foyer is fancier and much bigger than our hotels, all white and gold. The elevators are so clean, I can see my reflection in them, and something smells yummy, making my belly rumble louder. I forgot to eat lunch, but it must be dinner time now.
So what's your name, anyway?
The man, Tatum, asks. Valerian, sir, I say, as politely as I can.
Valerian? That's an odd name. Damn, you really could pass as his, though. You have the same eyes. Now I can see better in the light.
The man says, rubbing his chin and staring funny at me. And you have a big nose, now that I can see you better. It's bright in here, I respond.
Funny little shit you are. My alpha's gonna like you.
The man presses buttons on the panel, and we go all the way to the top floor. What do you do here?
Security work. I kick out the bad guys.
He says. Do you have a gun? I ask, my eyes bulging.
I don't need a gun. I got these.
He laughs, showing me his hands as claws slip out of his fingers. Cool, like Wolverine. I can't wait to be able to do that, I tell him. He laughs.
One day, little man. One day you will.
He says, and the elevator doors open up to a long corridor. He walks down it before knocking twice on the door. I grind my teeth before not being able to stop myself. I knock on it again. 3 times. Odd numbers. You need to do it with odd numbers, or it's bad luck. He raises his bushy eyebrows at me.
Whatever you say.
He laughs. I hear footsteps on the other side of the door. It jiggles, and excitement bubbles in my tummy. I'm going to bring my dad home to be with us. The door opens, and I look up to see the man, but I don't get the weird tummy feeling, and he's not my dad. Did Mom lie again?
Tatum, what brings you here?
The man asks.
Sorry, Beta, but this boy claims the alpha's his dad.
He says. The man notices me and looks down. He blinks at me.
I know. Freaky, right? Got the same eyes.
Tatum says. Do you know my dad? I ask him, but he continues to stare at me. I hear more walking, and I try to see around the man. I sniff the air.
What is it?
I hear another man's voice ask. The beta man moves to the side, and I see him. The funny feeling in my tummy does big jumps, and I feel my heart racing. The man stops fast, and his mouth opens and closes like a fish blowing bubbles. Dad! I squeal, running to him. I found you! I found you! I knew I would find you! I say, hugging his legs. He's so tall. I feel so happy that I finally found him. Mom will be so happy too when I bring him home.
Valen. The moment I lay eyes on him, I know. He's mine. He suddenly squeals loudly and barrels toward me on his little legs, crashing against me. I imagine the look on my face is of pure horror at first, as the pint-sized creature clings to my legs. Tatum and Marcus just stare, gobsmacked. Marcus's mouth is wide open like he's trying to catch flies.
I found you! I found you! I knew I would find you!
The boy screams, bouncing on the balls of his feet. I pat his back, not knowing what to do with the kid. Yet touching him only makes this scenario more real. For a moment, I wonder if my drink has been spiked and someone slipped me hard drugs. For a second, I kind of hope they did, till I get a whiff of his scent. He's a rogue, but his alpha aura is strong. Too strong for just me, indicating both his parents are alpha-born. Only another alpha would scent the potency of his aura, even as small as he is, but his scent is also familiar. So he is yours then, Tatum asks, stepping into my apartment. I blink before staring down at the kid, his big amber eyes staring up at me. There's no doubt. He's mine. I nod. Apparently, I have a son. But how? Who wouldn't jump at the chance to have a kid with an alpha? What woman in the world would hide it? That's assurance for life, having an alpha's child. What woman doesn't want that? Who'd you knock up? Tatum asks. Marcus just rubs his chin, raising a finger in the air like he's about to say something, then closing his mouth before opening and closing it again. It's the first time I've seen him lost for words. Everly. She has a... He doesn't finish. I pick up the creature that apparently came from my family jewels. I press my nose into his neck, wondering if I smelled right. I nearly drop him when I'm smashed with her mouth-watering scent perfuming out from his pores along with mine. The boy giggles and tucks his chin as my stubble brushes his neck and face.
Stop! It tickles!
He laughs, and I can't help but smile at his adorable cackle before he reaches for my neck with his tiny hands. I place him on my hip, sniffing his head. Your mother is Everly Summers? He nods.
Yep, and I'm Valerian Summers.
Well, that'll be changing, I think, instantly.
Mom'll be so happy. Now you can be with my mom. I can take you home to surprise her, and we can be a real family,
he says, smiling with all his teeth on display. Somehow I do not see that happening, but it raises another question. How the hell did I get her pregnant when I hadn't slept with her? Valerian? I murmur, making me wonder if he was named after me. And what a resemblance to my mother's name. Valerie. She died when I was a baby. I like his name, but I'm shocked Everly would name him after me. How did she manage to keep him from me? More importantly, how is he here without her? This can't be real. How old are you? I ask him.
5?
He answers, holding up his hand, fingers splayed out, and I look at Marcus. How? I ask him, and he shrugs. Well, I'm sure you know how, Marcus says, and I raise an eyebrow. Of course I know how, but I want to know how it's possible. It makes no sense. He's Everly's, I repeat to him, and he nods. Get in and close the door, I snap at them both in case someone comes up here looking for me. I definitely don't want anyone overhearing how the mother of my child kept him a secret from me.
I'm hungry, Dad. I haven't had lunch. It took all day to find you,
Valerian says. Marcus walks over to take him, but I tug away, not wanting to put my new son down. Instead, I hug him closer and smell his scent. God, we smell good together, I muse. I'll make the food then, Marcus says, and I nod to him. I hate Marcus's cooking, but right now I'm not willing to put Valerian down, as if doing so might somehow make him vanish, and it would all be a dream. One I didn't want, but now suddenly can't imagine not having. Please be real. If I wake up and it isn't real, I may just consider that I've lost my mind because who dreams this shit up? And actually desperately wants it to be true. I always wanted kids, but never dreamed of actually having them. Uncle Marcus will make you something to eat. Valerian nods and eyes Marcus cautiously as he walks away.
He doesn't smell like you.
I'm an only child, so he's not a real uncle, but he's like my brother.
Oh, you have a village too? Mom and I have a village. Auntie Zoe and Auntie Macy are Mom's village. Did your dad make you leave too, like Mom's did? He called her names, and we had to build our own family.
Valerian states, and I blink, surprised to hear all of this come from him. How about you tell me all about your village, and then I think we should call your mom. Valerian nods.
So, you aren't coming home with me?
He asks. How about we try to bring your mom here? I tell him, while walking into the living room. Thirsty? There's chocolate milk, Marcus calls out to him, and he nods. Marcus continues to the kitchen, and I place Valerian on the couch, sitting across from him on the other. Marcus brings him a glass of milk, and he takes it from him, gulping down half the glass before looking around at the coffee table. His brows furrow, but he doesn't set the glass down, and I clench my teeth. I know Marcus did it to see my reaction by the smug smile on his face, but I'm shocked by Valerian's following words.
Where are your coasters? You need coasters,
he says, sitting like a statue, as if the thought of placing the cup down would make the world stop. Definitely your kid, Marcus says, rolling his eyes before walking off and coming back with a coaster. I watch as Valerian places the coaster on the coffee table when Marcus gives it to him, then makes sure his cup is perfectly centered. The coaster is straight, making me remember Everly finding me coasters when I visited her. She had said one of the kids of the Rogues was a little OCD. Now I wonder if she meant our son. Valerian clasps his hands in his lap, looking around and twiddling his thumbs. How did you find me? I ask him.
Mom showed me a picture on the internet, and I got maps, but I couldn't find your street. Casey got the wrong maps, and then I found him, and Tatum brought me here.
I take it you're the missing rogue boy I heard about on the radio.
I was on the radio?
He asks excitedly, and I smirk. Tatum chuckles, watching as he stands by the couch Valerian's on. Yes, and I bet your mother's quite worried about you.
Mom always worries about me.
I imagine that's what mothers do, I tell him, and he nods. Tell me more about your village, I ask him.
What do you want to know?
He says, much happier at the promise of food. Do you know which pack your mother came from? He shakes his head and chews his lip like he's thinking.
I know Mom had a sister, and they used to be best friends. She doesn't like talking about her real family.
So you've never met her parents? He shakes his head.
No, they called Mom a rogue whore and kicked her out because Mom had me. But she isn't a rogue whore, right?
He says, his brows furrowing.
Why would they do that to Mom?
He suddenly demands. I don't know how to answer that, but from what I know, Everly is nearly 23, so that would have made her 17 or 18 when she had him. But then Everly's words flood my mind. I am not a rogue whore, she'd said. So that meant she knew who and what I was from the beginning? Did your mother say why she didn't tell me you existed? He shrugs.
She said she did tell you, but you didn't believe her. Then she said she couldn't.
Marcus also looks at me, and I try to think for a second. What do you mean she couldn't? Why couldn't she? He scratches his head.
In case you took me from her. Mom thinks I don't listen, but I do. She thinks you would take me away from her. But you won't, right?
I lean forward and brace my arms on my knees before scrubbing a hand down my face. No, I won't take you from her. However, I will if she doesn't tell me how the hell this is possible, and also why the hell she kept him from me.
How old are you?
He asks randomly. Me? I ask. He nods. 29, I tell him.
You're old.
He snickers. You won't think that when you're my age. He goes to ask something else, but I speak before he can. I think we should call your mother. She'll be worried, and I think I should talk to your mommy, I tell him, and he nods.
So you'll come live with us now?
He asks hopefully, as if it's all so simple. I pause because I know that isn't going to be a possibility any time soon, or maybe it could be. If only it were that easy. I have no idea. This is the last thing I expected, but I suddenly feel like shit that she's been raising our son on her own, looking after him all this time, all while everyone treated her like a rogue whore. I pull my phone from my pocket when I realize something else. I met her when she was rogue and kicked her out of my pack house. My stomach sinks. I kicked my own son and maid out in the rain when she was homeless and living in her car. The thought sickens me. He was right there all this time, and I did nothing for either of them. No wonder she hates me. Marcus places a plate of grilled cheese in Valerian's lap, and he stares at it before looking up at Marcus. For real, how is it possible for you to be so much like him when you've never met? Marcus says, walking off and returning with a butter knife and fork as well as a placemat. There, happy now? He asks. I dial Everly's number, listening to it ring. Marcus watches Valerian before speaking again when Valerian still doesn't start eating. Yeah, I'll get you a napkin, he laughs, walking off, and Valerian smiles. I can't help but smile myself. Marcus ruffles his hair when he returns before passing him the napkin. Grilled cheese can be eaten with your hands. It's finger food, Marcus tells him, and Valerian scrunches his face up. That's my boy. The phone continues to ring for another few seconds before she finally answers.
I really haven't got time right now,
Everly says, hanging up on me. I shake my head before redialing her number.
What, Valen?
She growls into the phone. Want to explain how I have a boy with amber eyes and a startling resemblance to me sitting across from me? I ask her, and she falls silent for a second.
Valerian?
She whispers, fear in her voice. That'd be him. We need to talk. One of my men will be waiting for you in front of my hotel. I nod to Tatum, and he nods back to me before walking out. See you soon, I tell her, hanging up before she can say anything. If she wants our son back, she can come to me.